Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. In this particular video, I want to look at some ideas in our Course in Miracles. And as you know, our Course in Miracles is designed to bring about a change in mindset in you, right? To bring about a change in thought, to bring about a change in the thinking of the world to thinking with God, thinking with the universe. We call this our awakening. We call this our physical resurrection, our spiritual transformation. There are many, many names for this, but the fact of the matter is, there is a process, correct, of spiritual awakening and transformation going on if you apply the ideas in our Course in Miracles. And you feel it because you start to think along the lines that this course sets forth. You start to think in an entirely different manner. And when you practice these new ideas, what happens? Well, generally speaking, right, you get happier, right? You get freer. You are no longer at the mercy of everything that happens to you when you go throughout your day, right? You are, generally speaking, more at peace, right? And that only increases as you progress through this transformation. So yeah, these cores bring a real transformation about in you, and we have many, many testimonials of Course in Miracles practitioners, right, all around the world that tell us how their lives has changed, how their thinking has changed, how they've become more at peace in themselves, right? Because what? You're literally removing yourself from the thinking of the world. And the thinking of the world is based on fear. As a matter of fact, everything here is made by fear. And as you enter into this new continuum, everything changes, right? Your mind becomes more at peace. Your mind becomes happier, right? And these thoughts bring that about, right? Because these are the ideas that we're practicing. So I want to look at a couple ideas today and just kind of apply that within our minds and just bring about that shift that we're looking for. Because the fact of the matter is, that's what makes you happy. Huh? So I love it. Here's the first one. It says projection makes perception. The world you see is what you gave it, nothing more than that. But though it is not more than that, it is not less. Therefore, to you, it is important. It is the witness to your state of mind, the outside picture of an inward condition. Beautiful, right? The world is an outward picture of your mindset, right? It's a projection of your mind. And as you perceive it, you perceive the state of your mind. As a man thinketh, so does he perceive. Therefore, seek not to change the world, but choose to change your mind about the world. I love it. Perception is a result and not a cause. Right? The world is an effect. You can't change it because it's an effect of your mind. Right? In essence, there is no world out there. You project it there. It seems to be there, but it isn't there. Right? Where is it? Right there. It's in your mind. So seek to change your mind and the world will change accordingly. It cannot not because it's an effect of your mind. Right? What an amazing idea. Huh? That you're not really at the mercy of what's going on out there because you put it there. Right? This is where forgiveness comes in. The whole awakening is nothing else but the remembrance that you're the cause of it, right? That whatever is going to happen to you today, you go like, wait, I'm the cause of this, right? Nothing is being done to me. It can't possibly be done to me because I put it there. Hmm? I'm the cause of it. Perception is a result and not a cause, and that is why order of difficulty in miracles is meaningless, right? Everything looked upon with vision is healed and holy. Nothing perceived without it means anything. And where there is no meaning, there is chaos. I love that. The world finally is completely meaningless. It's not bad or good or, it's just meaningless. Because you've projected something out there that is wholly devoid of meaning. Now, you give it meaning. You call it a good world or a sad world or a bad world or, whatever attributes you assign to the world. But it doesn't have any. right? The whole practice then becomes a stepping back, withdrawing your meaning from it, right? Forgive it, we call this forgiveness. Withdrawing your meaning from it is called forgiveness, right? You forgive the world for what it has not done to you, right? And let it rearrange. Let it show you what's really there, right? What really can be seen. That's called transformation of mind, right? Where you step for a moment back and let it show you what it is instead of you telling it what it is. What an amazing idea. Everyone here has entered darkness, yet no one has entered it alone. Nor need he stay more than an instant, for he is come with heaven's help within him, ready to lead him out of darkness into light at any time. Right? You're not here left at your own devices. You came with you with the light of heaven. Right? That's this spark in you that cannot be extinguished. And as you remember who you are, it gets ignited and it multiplies onto itself. Right? That's what you're learning. That's what you're accepting. Mm. And I love the line which goes like something like heaven goes with you on your way to heaven, right? The whole universe rushes in when you make the decision to wake up, the decision to come home. And the decision to come home is nothing but the transformation of mind that occurs as a result of the shift in mindset, of the shift in thought that this course presents to you, right? That shift in mindset is what we're practicing, correct? So I love that. You are not left here to your own device. You're not separate from Source. You came here with the entirety of the memory of God and heaven, right? It's in you, it's available to you. But how is it available? Through the release of what's not true, right? So, this entire Course in Miracles teaches us to release what's not true so that we can remember what is true, because ideas do not leave their source, right? They have nowhere to go. The memory of all of that is still within your mind, but you must be willing to let for a moment go everything that's false, because it serves as a cover of what is true, right? It makes you forget what is true. It makes apparently the memory of God unavailable for a moment. But once you release that, that memory resurfaces, and now you're remembering. We call that a present memory. It's a memory of before time was and after time is over. It's not a memory of time, but it is in your mind. Ideas leave not their source, they have nowhere to go. So, amazing. The time he chooses can be any time, for help is here awaiting but his choice. And when he chooses to avail himself of what is given him, then will he see each situation that he thought before was means to justify his anger turn to an event which justifies his love. I love that. That everything that happens to you is another opportunity for you to remember who you are. Because that's what it's meant to be. It's not meant to hurt you, it's meant to challenge you, it's meant to propel you into that memory. Usually our worst scenarios, the thing that really upset us, there is no way out, right? You're confronted with an impossible situation to which you do not see a solution. Those are usually the ones that where you can make the most progress, right? Because now you're really messed up. You have no solution. Now what? Huh? And that's usually when you call out to God. That's usually when you start looking for an alternative, right? For many of us, that can be some disease or some other impossible situation in which we do not see a way out. And because we do not see a way out within our own framework of space time, we're looking for an alternative. That alternative has to be outside the framework of space time, right? That's where your spiritual awakening suddenly starts. He will hear plainly that the calls to worry heard before are really calls to peace. He will perceive that where he gave attack is but another altar, where he can with equal ease and far more happiness bestow forgiveness. And he will reinterpret all temptation as but another chance to bring him joy. So when you enter into these situations and where you go like, I don't know what to do with this. I need help. Father God, help me. Right? That's when you make the most progress. It's not when everything is going well for you. When you think you're smooth sailing and everything is going well, it's usually when you're being challenged. Right? You maker of a world that is not so. See, that makes me happy. That's happiness. You maker of a world that's not so. None of this is so. Right? None of this is real. Right? It's a constant reminder. Right? Because once you accept that, right, you also know that you're no longer at its mercy. Right? You set this up. Right? God didn't make this. Take rest and comfort in another world where peace abides. The world you bring with you to all the weary eyes and tired hearts that look on sin and beat its sad refrain, from you can come their rest. Right? There's your function. Right? You be that reminder to your brother of what he has forgotten. Right? From you can come their rest. Why? Because you remember. Right? When you remember, you are the example. Right? You are your brother's reminder for the alternative. From you can rise worlds they will rejoice to look upon, and where their hearts are glad. In you there is a vision that extends to all of them and covers them in gentleness and light. And in this widening world of light, the darkness that they thought was there is pushed away until it is but distant shadows, far away, not long to be remembered, as the sun shines them to nothingness. I love that. Hmm? Truly, truly, when this world of darkness is replaced by the world of light, which is a transitory moment before you really enter into your real home, right, which we call heaven, right? But when this world, the first step will be transform the world of darkness to light. And really, all that changes is your mind, right? Because it's the darkness that you've been projecting upon all this. And now suddenly it changes all into light. And where you thought there was danger and ugliness before, now is beauty and light. And you can barely refrain from just crying and out of pure gratitude. There is indeed another way to look at this world, right? And it's with healing, it's with forgiveness. Uh, huh? And it really transforms everything right in front of your eyes. And I saw a new heaven and I saw a new earth. What is he talking about? Transformation, vision, right? He's talking about the new world that's right behind the screen of the old world, of all your projected thoughts of darkness that is available for you to see if you for a moment let it be brand new. What an amazing idea that the same world that you just looked upon now reflects back to you the world of light and love of God. That's the whole transformation. Amazing. I love A Course in Miracles. Why do I love it? Because it speaks to me about my home. It speaks to me about my truth. It reminds me who I am, and it directs me on the right path. Amazing. Here's another one. Time can release as well as imprison, depending on whose interpretation of it you use. Past, present, and future are not continuous unless you force continuity on them. You can perceive them as continuous and make them so for you, but do not be deceived and then believe that this is how it is. For to believe reality is what you would have it be, according to your use for it, is delusional. See, that makes me laugh. Why? It makes me happy. It makes me happy to think that I was delusional thinking that this world was real. Right? It's time to start getting happy, right? Because you look upon your world of misery and it's just, there's no solution there. And then you start to remember that really none of this is so. Right? God created it not. Huh? And that there's another world available to you through the release of your fear, through the release of your memories of pain. Huh? You would destroy time's continuity by breaking it up into past, present, and future for your own purposes. You would anticipate the future on the basis of your past experiences. This is in all you do. This is why you plan for the future, right? This is why you skip the present immediately, right? Everything you do, whether it's your jobs, your health, you name it. Think of all the plans that you've set up for yourself, all the securities and establishments in this world that you base your security on, right? Your safety. All those are simply you bringing your past learning into the future, right? You know that you are lacking. You know that you've been hurt, and so you're protecting yourself on a continuous basis from it. And what happens? You skip the love of God, right? Because all these establishments are replacements for the love of God. Yeah? But there is no replacement for the love of God. They're not real, right? I love it. Yet by doing so, you are aligning past and future and not allowing the miracle which could intervene between them to free to be born again. Right? You're skipping the miracle. The miracle is the correction of the mistake, right? It's the correction of the illusion. Instead, what many of us have learned now is to step back and ask for the miracle, right? I don't, Father God, I don't know how to do this. Please help me. I need help with this, right? Ask for help becomes a very normal thing. I don't know how to look upon this. Help me with this, right? You're faced with something. What's the first thing you do? Don't try to solve it. Ask for help, because you acknowledge that you don't know how to look upon this. You have really no idea what this is. Huh? Love that. What an amazing idea. The present is before time was and will be when time is no more. In it are all things eternal, and they are one. Their continuity is timeless, and their communication is unbroken, for they are not separated by the past. Only the past can separate, and it is nowhere. Right? The past is over and gone, and yet you live in what seems to be past. Right? One of the first lessons in our Course in Miracles: my mind is preoccupied with the past. Next lesson: I see only the past. I see nothing as it is now. Right? That's a fundamental characteristic of a human mind. It doesn't see the present, it sees its own past projected on that. Right? And therefore, it cannot see the present at all. Seeing the present is being present right here, right now, without any past, right? Without any future plans. You're just right here, right now. This is truly, truly a coming into the here and now. What an amazing idea. These are amazing ideas, guys. Read them today if you can. Um, they have in them the power to completely set you free, because these are ideas that simply change your mind completely. They undo the world's thinking in you and bring about a freedom and release in you that has nothing to do with the world and that the world can never offer you. I love you. I hope you have a great, great day wherever, whenever you are. All right? And I'll see you everywhere.